Hello everybody, my name is Insetic, and welcome to Carve. With me on this first video, I have Blank Tester.
Hey, how's it going?
Blackout the M&M.
Hello everybody.
And Zarasketh.
Good day.
So Carve is a jet ski racing game for the original Xbox. I believe Xbox, yes, Xbox only.
Yeah, exclusive.
Developed by Argonaut Software and released 2003.
Yeah, go get an
Check the
Xbox.
box
You can get the best exclusive games like Carve and Blinks the Time Sweeper and Kakuto Shojin.
You know, I gotta say though, I feel like Carve was a game I didn't even know existed until I just saw it on store shelves. While in the last year or two, while looking for games to play,
That's
and
the
I didn't
same
know
thing.
what to expect.
It's the same thing people say about Kakuto Shojin. Also, Get Torque, another great exclusive game.
Yeah, but like for example, I kind of wonder, back when I was playing extreme sports games as a kid, I had a PS2, and I saw JetX 2.0 on the shelves. If you remember watching me play JetX 2.0, I talk about that game highly because I rate that pretty high. I mean, it's SSX on jet skis. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Makes me think, if I'd have been an Xbox fanboy instead of a PS2, maybe I'd have seen Carve and picked it up on a whim, and fondly remembered that game while only finding JetX 2.0 recently.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of similar. They're jet ski racing games, but they do have a high emphasis on tricks.
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks, yeah.
I got a question.
We're gonna jump into
Go with the Trick Masters, yeah.
I got a question about these character stats. Are the character stats balanced? Like, do the characters have the same number of points distributed?
Wait.
You know?
The guy on the left is a drug addict. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Holy crap! It said
normal.
Junkie. They said
I don't know.
Junkie Oz is always hunting down his buzz. He's a drug addict.
Actually, I'm gonna have to be kind of fast with all the stuff I talk about. We can get back to characters. We'll get back to character stats at the start of the second video.
Okay.
I haven't seen if they're balanced, but really only speed and tricks matter.
Okay.
I don't really know about teamwork and blocking and all of that stuff.
Typical. Connor doesn't know anything about teamwork.
There's a lot going on this heads-up display. Look at all this.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but
Whoa.
I have seen gameplay of this, and it all makes sense once you get to know it.
Oh yeah, I didn't say it was a problem. I'm just saying it's like, whoa.
That's
Freak
a lot of
style.
Yeah. On the surface, Carve is a jet ski racing game, kind of like in Wave Race, where you have to follow the buoys. Often in jet skiing, they have the buoys where you have to stick to the left or stick to the right. When you see a yellow one, you have to pass on the left, and you see a red, you have to pass on the right. If you ignore that and you skip a buoy like that, you can see that it cuts a little bit off of your time limit at the top, and you miss a buoy of the 5 misses given to you.
Oh, you get 5 misses?
Oh, no.
Oh,
well,
cool. So you can
four
do like,
misses. On the 5th, you get disqualified.
I
but-
see.
Okay, cool. So you can do strategic, like speed run style skips.
Yeah, and they
in
encourage
fact,
you to
that's-
do that, but it also requires that you know the map a little bit
Yeah.
to make the
In fact,
make
that's
best use of it.
basically the shortcuts given to you in Carve. I mean, you can see that even when you have straightaways, they make you go back and forth to go through the buoys. And on some corners, for example, like, it would have been faster to just go to the left of that one
Yeah.
or stay to the right of this one.
But you can't
So
do
there's
that
a bit
on
of
every
strategic
single one.
because, yeah, you can do that 4 times, and then the 5th you're out.
Yeah.
So along with just racing, they give you ramps, you have trick opportunities, you have some air tricks and ground tricks. If you pull off a trick, you land and you immediately get a little bit of boost. That
very
you immediately
epic looking
use.
boosts, I have to say.
Yeah.
I mean, look
Makes
at
the
that.
whole place look like it's on fire.
Suddenly it's like, whoa, let's go.
Yeah.
It's like freak style levels.
Yeah.
So the amount that you boost after landing a trick is obviously based on how many points the trick was. You can do a grab and a flip and boost for longer when you land. Or you can do, ground tricks. I guess water tricks in this case.
Yeah, I think the booklet says water tricks.
Yeah. And when you do tricks, you also build up your double rush meter on the bottom left.
Nice.
And basically, you're building up to one giant boost that you'll be able to pull off once you fill your double rush meter.
So, like, basically freak out.
Yeah, basically, just like
Like in
freaking
freestyle.
out in freak style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, what I've noticed is when you do tricks, you also fill up the letters on top of the screen for
Yeah.
rush.
Yeah. Thanks for the hot tip game, but the letters are an indicator of how many points something's going to be. Once you hit certain thresholds, you fill in more letters. So
This is the
Holy
coolest
shit.
double boost. This is the best looking boost I've ever seen in a game.
This is
So we hit
amazing.
Insane.
Like that looks
we hit
awesome.
double rush, and we smash that left trigger, and we just go flying.
How far behind? Holy crap! Look at how far behind the other competitors are.
This is the
yeah.
most.
And look at that! They actually follow the mini map.
So I do want to say, rookie difficulty is basically hi, welcome to the game. You know, do a couple races and get used to the controls, and then advanced, I think, which is the middle tier, is still kind of like a little more challenging, but still not too much.
Yeah.
And then pro difficulty will just wreck you.
It's just the worst.
It's just like Jet X2O in that the hardest difficulty is so much harder.
Oh.
You really kind of don't get prepared for it, and
Still not as hard
I'll have
as
some things to say.
Still not as hard as
I'll have
Blinks the
something
Time
to say.
Sweeper though.
Yeah. I'll have some things to say once we get there.
Yeah. Now, so I want to say something about the graphics. The game looks pretty nice, actually.
It looks great.
Yeah.
I was.
Like
oh my
the
gosh.
environment looks pretty well modeled and stuff.
You
The
know, I
water
wasn't
looks pretty
expecting
nice
this-
too.
I wasn't expecting this game
Yeah,
to be
I
sick. but this is
really
pretty
like
sick.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
like the water. The water looks really nice. Like I would dive into that.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Does the game have anything with like drifting on the behind other racers and things?
Yes, actually.
Oh.
And well, you'll see once we start up another race. But yeah, obviously, as people go, they leave behind a wake,
Right.
And actually, that wake will slow you down.
Oh.
So it's kind of the opposite. Instead of staying behind someone and drafting and going faster, if you stay behind them, you get slowed down to basically match their speed. And that happens even if you're boosting. Like, so for example, you can get double rush and activate that, and then get stuck behind someone and basically waste your boost because you're stuck going at their speed.
That's interesting.
So basically,
I guess that makes
the
sense
straightaways-
because in like if you were on a motorcycle, yeah, I could already see one big skip right here. The very first buoy, if you went left instead of right, you would save a bunch of time. But the so it's kind of like
That
if you were on a
boost of-
motorcycle, you would want to drift behind somebody because you'd catch the lesser air movement. But then on water, you're using the water to propel you rather than it getting in your way. So
Yeah.
you would want the water to be moving faster rather than getting stopped behind someone.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So basically, yeah, on straightaways you need to get around people because you'll always be technically faster than the opposition, but if you get bundled up, then you'll be stuck.
Then
with
everybody just moves at the same speed, so you can't
Yeah.
pass people by.
them. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of this UI could be condensed, actually. Like, it's all useful information, but I don't know if all of it's useful all the time. Like, you don't need the trick number just sitting there. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really help you. And you don't really... well, I guess the number of misses...
It could just
is-
be there. It could just be there for a few seconds, just to let.
And then
you
just
know.
fade out.
Yeah.
And
Well,
like,
I mean, trick points are going to come into play.
okay.
On this first
This is so cool.
difficulty.
It's so awesome looking.
It's pretty blue, though.
Well,
If
that's
you're-
Very blue.
That's what's cool about it. Blue is a cool color.
Blue is
I
very
mean,
cool.
on this
I
first
see what you did
difficulty,
there.
we haven't really been pointed it out, but, before you start the race... Okay, so to get past a race, you need to finish 4th or better, no matter what.
Uh-huh.
But also throughout the racing tournaments, you need to hit certain point goals. Both in the points you get through placing well in the races, and then later on, tricking point goals throughout a circuit.
Oh, okay.
In this first tournament, there is no trick point goal, but that tournament point target you do need to hit, which, since I get first place a lot, I'm going to hit no problem. But
I saw the minimap there looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's
also,
a really cool route.
I'm not speeding up any of this. The loading times on this game are great.
Really? Wow.
Like,
I thought you were speeding that up.
Get,
You're not speeding that up at all?
No, you instantly get right into the next race.
That's pretty nice.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Carve, the greatest Xbox game of all time.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So, the camera angles, though, don't really change at all. You saw me just cycle through them.
Yeah.
All they do is pull back a little bit, which
Yeah.
I would have liked a more further back and up above cam, because kind of my first complaint about the game, and I'll say maybe it's just a me thing, it's hard for me to remember where I am in the track and what's coming up. For example, like, I'll go around a corner and have to go out of my way to go past a buoy, and I'll go, that would be a good one to skip on the next lap. And then I'm just following along, kind of just reacting to what's going on in front of me, and not really remembering specific locales. And then I get to that place on the next lap.
And you remember, I said I was going to to that, but I didn't.
Yeah, I said I was going to skip that.
Yeah.
And then third lap, it'll basically be the same.
And you know what? Honestly, I feel like... Good.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, I don't think a camera angle could really help with that. I think it's just part of it being racing on the water. There's a lot of water and rock, so I wouldn't be able to remember stuff without a lot of practice.
The thing is, the splashdown games that I've played were also circuit-based, and did a much better job at having parts of the track be visually different from each other.
Yeah, they're like landmarks on the side, but none of them interact with you, so you're not really paying attention to them. You're just looking for the buoys in the water.
Yeah.
One thing I think, it's like... Oh, that was dope. It's kind of weird to me that, like, you could only miss 5, or you could only miss 4, and then the 5th one you lose. And each one takes away 3 seconds off your time. But you never seem to be really starving for time.
Yeah.
So the penalty isn't that big. If instead they just gave you an unlimited amount of misses, but took away 3 seconds each time, then you would have to gauge for yourself how much you want to miss.
Yeah, the only time I've ever run out of time is when I was screwing around with cheat codes.
Yeah.
I've never run out of time during an actual race.
Have you run out of time? Have you tried on Pro? Well, I guess on Pro it wouldn't make a difference either, because the enemies are going so much faster, you've got to be on top of your game anyways.
Pro is basically like how they do in Mario Kart, where everyone just gets faster.
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be new tracks that you can't play until you reach them in Pro, but also everyone's just faster.
And it seems like the AI can actually handle these tracks.
Unlike
some games we've done.
Where they
I thought you were going to say unlike Mario Kart. And I'm like, oh no, they do it pretty well.
Unlike Mario Kart as well, yeah. I like the touch that the thing actually, when he lets go of the handlebars, they actually drop.
that it actually drops. Yeah,
that's neat. And I also like that you actually see like the times come in because they're not rubber banding. Like when we were playing the
Ski and Shoot.
Yeah, Ski and Shoot where
they would finish 30 seconds behind me, but then look like
we'd be like more than half the track away. I don't know if you Blake or Blackout or Zeriskas, you saw this, but we would be more than half the track away, and then he'd go cross the finish line, and one guy was like 30 milliseconds behind him, like less than a second behind him, even though he was half a track away or something like that, and it was like insane.
Yeah.
But
also, when you're kind of stuck with people, you might not see it in this preview version that we're all watching now, but water will splash onto the screen, and you'll kind of get this, effect of camera lens coated in water.
I am seeing it right now. Yeah.
Also, the God rays and the light blinding me right now. It's a nice touch, but at the same time, it's actually kind of annoying.
Yeah, there's too much going on screen, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's like, I mean,
especially
in real life, you'd have the sun in your eyes and all that, but, like, I'm not playing this so that I can get real life. I'm playing it so that I can have fun.
I mean, again, it looks cool.
It looks
This is
cool.
definitely a good.
It would look good as like cover art, or like if you were taking a screenshot and you wanted to show, but actually playing it or watching it kind of gives me a headache.
I don't know. I feel like you have to hunt for complaints here. This is obviously an awesome game.
No. I mean, I am hunting for complaints. Like that's really my. Right now, it looks to be a pretty cool game.
Look at this
stage. We were originally going to do this.
These ship holes.
Yeah, like the icebergs and stuff.
Oh man, this is awesome! Look at that. Look how big that ship is.
I mean,
but see, like you don't get a chance to really appreciate it because you're looking for that next buoy.
Yeah, but I mean,
which is unfortunate.
I mean, what Blank Tester was about to say is we were originally going to do a Let's Not Play because I didn't know the quality of this game.
Yeah,
and
we sat down, and that's why I know some things about it, because like I was with him, we recorded, and then like while we were playing, I was like, both of us were like, this game's actually pretty decent, and it's actually pretty good.
This is like literally the perfect game for my channel, because looking it up, there's like no footage of it. Nobody really knows about it.
It fits your niche really well.
It fits the niche, and again, just like Jet X2O, it's a game that really not a lot of people knew about.
Now, I do have a question for you that I sort of know the answer to, but I want to hear your take on it specifically. What's the tricking system like? Is it intuitive? Are there enough tricks? Too few?
By this point, I kind of want to save tricking for the start of next video.
Okay,
I mean,
that's fine.
There's just been so much crap to go over. We completely missed character stats, for example.
Yeah.
Which I want to talk about, at some point. Things are just going by too fast.
I do like, even though you're going really fast with the double rush, you're going so fast, but at the same time, you still seem to be like in control. You're not
I love that blue. It's
such a pretty color.
Yeah, so tricking
I'll
get to, but the way you can slow down, obviously you can hold off on the gas,
right.
But also you can hold back on the left thumbstick to, basically slow your guy down and be able to turn much better, which for me, I'm not really good at hitting the best lines in racing games.
Except for pure.
So often it's good, when I'm going to fly. For some reason, I'm naturally inclined to hit a corner on the inside, which is going to be a problem. But in this game, I could just kind of slam back and basically stop and turn my guy around the corner. And if I did a trick right beforehand, because again, you have to boost until, the boosting animation is over, then I just go shooting right out of the corner, which kind of helps out. The one thing, when your partner talks to you and you see his face appear, his or her face appear, they never have anything useful to say. It's just an extra thing.
It's just a nice day.
Good luck.
They'll say when you do a trick.
Oh, that's neat. I really like that it shows like first, second, third place for each one of those.
Yeah.
Like each race. That's really cool.
Yeah. So we passed the Rookie series, we unlocked the levels that were used in Rookie, we unlocked a cheat code, and the ability to go on to the first Advanced tournament.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So, yeah, there's still quite a few things to explain about the game, but it just went by so fast in that first one. I hope you join me next time. We're not done.
We're not done?
We're not done. We're still going to feel the double rush.
Because I wanted to go to the trick controls. Actually, we'll hit it right here. So, there's some air tricks and ground tricks, and you can tell which one is which by the picture on the right. The jet ski means it's an air trick, and the other symbol means you do it while driving. So it's not uniform. It's not like one trick is A button, one trick is B button. You see that one trick is like AA, and one trick is like X, B, Y. There's just enough tricks that you can do something different off each jump, but not enough to where it gets tough to memorize all of them. So,
but I mean, like
in the air,
some games just have so many tricks that you can just mash buttons and you can get tricks. And it doesn't seem like that's the case here.
Again, like the SSX games and Jet X2O, any button combination was a new trick.
Right.
But on the other end, in Splashdown, there were a bunch of different tricks that required kind of long, unique button combinations, like left, right, move up to the top and then half circle down to the bottom, but you have to go to the left. And blah, 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 all that crap.
Like move in, move out, hands up, now hands down.
Yeah, back up. But Carve,
Then you have to speak into the game's microphone and tell them what you're going to do then.
Carve gives you, a couple simple button combinations and a couple harder ones, like there's one 4-button air combo you can do at the beginning. A-B, that's a Superman. And like on the ground, there's, X, Y, B-A to do a body wrap, or like X-A, X-A to do a reversal. I'll talk about ground tricks more next video. We're kind of running past the end of the first one, but so that was the start of Carve. If you enjoyed, make sure to watch me on the next video where we hit the advanced circuit number 1.
We're gonna feel the double rush.
Yeah.